Okay, so good day everyone. I just want to discuss about the different tools for us to be able to use in terminating network cable, or what we call LAN cable. No? So we have here different tools and equipment used in cable termination. So we are going to term it as termination in the sense that a cable will be rolled up into a box. So for you to be able to use that cable, that LAN cable in networking, so you have to terminate that in a way that it will be used from one end then to the other end. So I have here the different tools. So just want to show you. One is, of course, we have here a LAN cable. So this is what we call a UTP cable. So in our previous lesson, we have there the different network media, no? So we have one network media, which is or network medium, which is what we call a UTP cable. UTP stands for unshielded twisted pair. So if you notice, the wires inside this cable are being twisted to avoid interference and noise whenever it will be pulled. Most especially if you are using this for structural cabling in a big building. Okay, so this type of media or medium consists of 8 wires. 8 wires equivalent to 4 pairs of wires with 4 colors. Okay, so we have the green, brown, blue, and orange, pairing it with solid and stripe. Okay. So UTP cable also have different categories. So we have category 1 as the lowest. Actually, as of now or currently, wala na yung category na yun. Another one is we have category 2, higher a little bit with that of category 1. We have also cat 3, cat 4, cat 5, and cat 6. So the most commonly used category nowadays, we have the category 5, cat 5, commonly used for creating LAN connections in school or in computer cafe or in a big building. And then we have, of course, the category 6, the cat 6, which is mainly used for outdoor cabling, because that's considered as a weatherproof. Okay, maulan man siya, mainitan, walang problema, because that is really designed for outdoor purposes. Cat 6. Okay, then we have also here crimping tool. Okay, this is what they call the crimping tool. So we are using this to crimp the RG45. Okay, no? Ginagamit natin to para i-crimp natin. So if you notice, there are pins here. May mga pins dito. Okay, ito yung napupush doon sa metal ng RG45 para matouch yung mga cable sa loob ng UTP cable, or yung mga wires sa loob ng UTP cable. Okay, so ito siya. Okay, it has built-in cutter also. Okay, may cutter na siya. At meron na rin siyang wire stripper. Ito. Okay. And then ito yung crimper niya. Okay. This is what we call a crimping tool. Then we have also here a set aside wire stripper. No? Ang tawag natin dito is buntis-buntis. Bakit? Kasi, okay, para siyang buntis, no? Kapag ginaganyan natin siya. Ayan. Parang buntis na babae. Okay, but actually we call this as a wire stripper. So meron siyang blade dito, built-in blade dito. And then ito pinapasok natin yung mamaya makikita nyo kung paano ito gamitin. Pinapasok natin yung cable dito and then iniikot lang na ganon para matanggal yung cable jacket ng LAN cable natin. Also, we use this, okay? We use this also, a part of this as a punch down tool, okay? In using patch panel. Okay, kapag gumagamit tayo ng patch panel in networking, punch down, pinapunch natin siya. Then we have also here, okay, of course, we cannot determine immediately our cable if it's working or not without, of course, a tester. Okay, so kung sa electronics meron tayong multimeter, no? Multi-tester. We have also here in networking, we have also here a LAN tester or what we call cable tester. Okay, so ito, nasa-separate ito, no? So ito yung lalagyanan natin ng mga RJ45. Ginagamit natin to test, of course, the connectivity, no? The flow of data in our cable, in our LAN cable. Okay, so ito umilaw to kapag in-on natin. Ayan. Okay, ito yung power light niya. Then may mga ilaw dito. Nakikita nyo may mga ilaw yan. So kapag meron na yung cable dito mamaya, we will test it afterwards. Depende kung straight through or crossover cable. Kung straight through, dapat sabay from light 1 to light 8. Dapat sasabay yan kung straight through, no? Pero kapag crossover cable, iba. Okay, you can see it later on. So off natin muna. Okay, so this is what we call cable tester or LAN tester. Then of course we have here the connectors. Okay, ito yung tinatawag nating RJ45. This is what we call RJ45. Okay. So RJ stands for register jack. Okay, this consists of 8 pins. Okay, because our cable consists of 8 wires also. No? So ginagamit natin to. By the way, in order for us to determine the pin 1 of our RJ45, what you're going to do is to position your RJ45 like this. Okay, so the pin or the clip, the lock, should be facing downward, and then of course the front of your RJ45 is facing away from you. Okay, and then the pin 1 is on the left pin. Yun po yung pin 1 natin. Okay, so yan yung pin 1 natin kasi naka-point naman na away sa akin. Then yung clip naka-point sa baba. Ang pin 1 natin is always on the left. Get it? So we have 2 RJ45 here, one RJ45 on one end of the cable and one RJ45 on the other end of the cable. Then finally, we have here the rubber boot. Rubber boot ang tawag natin dito. So this is to make the RJ45 safe. Okay, so nilalagay natin to. Yan. Just to have a coating of your RJ45. Okay, so yan. Pero gamitin natin to, no, dito sa LAN cable mamaya. Okay, so I have here a presentation, guys. No, we'll just review this presentation before going into the practice on how you're going to terminate properly LAN cable by means of using the different standards in networking, or the color coding standards. We have actually two color coding standards. We have the 568A straight through, by the way, straight through cable, and we have the crossover cable. So first of all, of course, we just want to review on what is UTP. So UTP is an acronym, stands for Unshielded Twisted Pair. So it says here that it's the most common form of twisted pair wiring. So just like what I've shown you previously. So this is the unshielded twisted pair. It is unshielded in the sense that there is only one coating, and this is a cable jacket. Comparing it to a shielded twisted pair, which has two coating. We have the outer jacket and the inner. So this is more cheaper compared to the shielded twisted pair, or what we call STP. Okay, so UTP is used in Ethernet 10 base T and 100 base T networks, as well as in home and office telephone wiring. The twist in UTP helps reduce crosstalk interference between wire pairs, just like what I've told you earlier. So we have also another tool or material used in networking, and that is RJ11. But of course, RJ11, guys, is only used for telephone, no? So for those who have telephone device at their home, you can see this RJ45 connected to your modem going into your telephone. So that's a four wires, two pairs lang siya. Okay, so RJ stands for register jack. Physical connector interface, most often used for telephone wire terminals. And then of course we have here the RJ45, just like what I am holding right now. So this is what we call the RJ45. So this is a standard connector utilized on 4 pair or 8 wires UTP, or unshielded twisted pair. So I just want to elaborate more on the different coding standards in cable termination. So we have one is straight through cable. Okay, wherein straight through cable has two standards. We have 568A, and then the other one is 568B. So I just want to give you description on what is 568A. So in the past, two main termination specifications were used. One was for UTP data cable infrastructure, and the other for phone cable infrastructure. So by the way, 568A and 568B are the standards set by TIA and IA. So TIA, in our previous discussions, stands for Telecommunications Industry Association, and then IA, Electronics Industry Association. So these are the associations that are setting standards in networking. So they set this 568A or 568 standards A and B. Okay, so here is the diagram, or when say diagram, or a picture on how we are going to terminate a straight through 568A standard. So when you talk of straight through cable, that is a termination used to connect different device. Okay, so when you talk of different device, one end should be connected to a computer, then the other end should be connected to a hub or a switch or a router. Okay, so that's straight through cable. That's where straight through cable will be used, either A or B. For as long as it's straight through cable, that will be used on different devices. Okay, so let's review on the pin arrangement or color arrangement of a 568A straight through cable. So on the pin 1 of the RJ45, so we have stripe green followed by green, and then followed by orange, stripe orange I should say, followed by blue, stripe blue, solid orange, stripe brown, and brown. This is for the one end. Isn't it that our cable has two ends? Okay, one end and then the other end. Okay, so when you talk of a straight through cable, whatever arrangement we have in the one end, it should always be also the same with the other end. Okay, and just like what I've told you earlier, that determining the pin 1 of the RJ45, the clip should be pointed away from you or downward, and the front should be away from you. Okay, then the pin 1 should always be on the left. The pin 1 should always be on the left. Here it is. Okay, so andyan yung clip, yung point, yung harap nasa palayo sa akin, then the pin 1 should be here on the left. Okay, so please take note on the arrangement. Gob-bob. 568A is gob-bob, and then 568B, pagpalitin lang natin yung set of green with that of orange. So kung ang 568A, ang unang pin ay green, stripe green, sa 568B, ang unang pin ay stripe orange. So bali magpalit lang yung dalawang kulay na to with that of the solid one. So that's the only difference in 568A and 568B. So please don't forget on the mnemonic gob-bob. Okay, gob-bob means green, a set of green followed by orange, a set of blue followed by orange, and a set of brown. Gob-bob. Don't forget that. That's for 568A. So we will be using that arrangement afterwards if I'm going to show you how you're going to terminate a 568A straight through cable using our tools and materials in networking. Okay, what about 568B? Okay, so IATIA 568B, a standard for pin arrangement of RJ45 connectors on shielded or unshielded twisted pair wire. So just like we have 568A, sabi ko kanina, they are just the same. Okay, you will just simply change the color arrangement, replace the set of orange and the set of green, and that's it. That's 568B already. Okay, so both 568A and 568B straight or standard straight through cables are used most often as patch cord of your Ethernet connections. If you require a cable to connect two Ethernet devices directly without a hub, or when you connect two hubs together, what you will need is a crossover cable. Okay? So, kung kailangan natin na i-connect yung parehong device, say for example, you have your laptop 1 and laptop 2. They are same. So what you need is a crossover cable, which is very different from the straight through cable with our 568A and 568B. Okay, so if you want to connect, for example, two switch hub or two switches, okay, for them to have a connectivity, what you need to terminate is a crossover cable. Question: how are you going to terminate a crossover cable? So what you need is this picture. That's the color coding. What have you noticed? Okay, so isn't it that in 568A and B, whatever arrangement we have on the one end, that's also the same with the other end. But remembering the crossover Ethernet cable, okay, it's very simple. In one end, you will have an arrangement of 568A, and then the other end, what you need is to arrange using 568B. So having that, that's already a crossover cable. Again, we are using crossover cable if you want to connect two same devices together. Okay, so that's it. So we have here Go Bob, then the other one is OGBBG or OGBGB. Okay, that's the 568B. Mas nauna yung orange. Ito 'di ba? Ito green, then ito orange. Okay, then ito orange sa kabila naman green stripe. What have you noticed? Doon sa set of blue and brown, they are intact with their places. And then orange dito sa kabila naman is green. Okay? Hope you get it. That's the crossover cable. A good way of remembering how to wire the crossover Ethernet cable is to wire one end using 568A and the other end for 568B. Another way of remembering the color coding is to simply switch the green set of wires, just like what I've said, okay, with the set of orange wires. Okay, specifically switch the solid green with the solid orange and switch the green white or the stripe with the stripe green with the stripe orange. Okay, so here it is. Ethernet cable instructions. Remembering a proper way or a good way of terminating a cable. So number one, it says here that pull off the cable on the reel, okay, dun sa may roll to desired length and cut using either a knife, either a cutter, or we have here a built-in cutter of our crimping tool. Okay, ito yung may cutter dito, no? Ginagamit natin to cut the wire. Okay. If we are pulling cables through holes, it's easier to attach the RJ45 on the one end already immediately. Okay? So kung for example hole na napasok na sa isang butas at medyo mahaba, no? Ang kailangan natin ay dapat i-crimp na yung one end. Okay? Bakit? Para hindi habang hinihila natin para hindi mahila yung mga cable sa loob. Kung ano kasi habang hinihila natin yung cable jacket, naiiwan yung wire sa loob. Okay? The total length of wire segments between a PC and a hub or between two PCs cannot exceed 100 meters or 328 feet for cut 5, okay, that's the 100 base TX, and 300 meters for 10 base T, and that's the cut 6, category 6. Okay, so kung lumampas tayo doon sa length na yon, okay, we are having a problem already. We are having a connectivity problem already. Okay, so please take note, kapag gumagamit tayo ng cut 5 UTP cable, ang minimum length of wire only para dadaloy pa rin yung data during data connectivity is 100 meters, no? And then kung higher category naman yung gamitin natin like cut 6, it could be about 300 meters. Okay, so please take note on that, no? Okay, number 2, start on one end and strip the cable jacket off. So, ang tinatawag nating cable jacket, just want to position the camera. Okay? So, ito yung cable jacket natin. Kadalasan ito ay gray, pero may mga manufacturer using color blue on their UTP cable. There are also manufacturer using color black. But most commonly, ang ginagamit na manufacturer natin is gray. So, sabi dito, start on one end and strip the cable jacket about 1 inch using a stripper. Here is what we call the wire stripper. Using, of course, this one, or you can use the built-in stripper on your crimping tool. Meron yan. Okay? About 1 inch. Ang gawin lang natin, ipakagat lang natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin dito guys, about 1 inch. Don't need to measure. Baka naman eksaktong 1 inch ang gamitin nyo. So about 1 inch, just approximate. Okay, just an approximate 1 inch. Okay, no need for you to get a ruler and then measure it. Then ipagagat nyo lang siya. Then after that, what you're going to do, okay, yan, paikot nyo lang. Okay, and then pwede nyo lang tanggalin na ganon. Okay, pero dapat yung pagpapakagat nyo, be careful, no, not to nick the wires. Dapat wag masugatan yung mga wires sa loob. Okay, so let's try like that, and then okay, here it is. I removed already the cable jacket. Okay, approximately 1 inch. Then after that, you're going to separate the wires. Okay, so yung mga magpartner, paghiwalayin. Okay, dahil hindi lahat ay may forever, diba? So magkahiwalay sila, paghiwalayin natin sila. Okay, that's it. Then we will try to straighten all the wires. Huwag natin munang i-arrange, straighten lang natin siya using our fingers. Okay, straighten it. If you notice, meron siyang ano rito, no? Yung ewan kung anong tawag dito. Okay, set aside lang natin. Okay, straighten it. Okay, let's proceed. Yan, spread. Unahan ko na spread, untwist the pairs and arrange the wires in order of the desired cable end. Flatten the between your thumb, yan, and forefinger. Trim the ends of wires so they are even one, leaving only 1/2 inch in wire length. This longer 1/2, it will be out of spec and susceptible to crosstalk. I'll show you afterwards. Dapat doon sa may RJ45 natin, merong konting papasok na cable jacket dito. At papansin niyo, merong lock yan. Merong lock para diyan sa may cable jacket. Okay, so dapat mag-iwan daw tayo ng 1/2 inch only on the wires. Okay, para hindi lalabas yung mga wires dito later on, kasi baka ganyan yung hitsura, no? Dapat papasok yung cable jacket sa loob ng RJ45 bago natin siya i-crimp. Kaya sabi dito 1/2 inch lang yung maiwan, kaya kapag kinat natin to evenly. Okay, so we will be using 568A. 568A, ang mauna doon is green, gobob. Okay, am I correct? Balikan natin. 568A is gobob, green. So we are going to set aside the green. Okay, set aside natin together with the partner green. Okay, then after that, followed by orange. Okay, para madali natin ano to guys. Okay, walang wire dito ang magkasunod na stripe. Palaging alternate yan. Okay, alternate. Kapag nauna yung stripe, sunod yung solid, sunod yung stripe, solid, stripe, solid. Okay, and then followed by a set of blue. Okay, blue. Balikan natin. 568A. Gobob. Orange followed by blue. Then stripe blue followed by orange. And then followed by stripe brown. Then lastly we have brown. Yan. So kapag na-arrange nyo na ganyan, okay, flatten it. Flatten nyo lang. Then, ang sabi, dapat daw mag-iwan tayo ng 1/2 inch. That's it. Okay, no spaces in between. Using, of course, your crimping tool, you're going to cut. Okay. Then, mag-iwan tayo ng about 1/2 inch. I-cut lang natin. Yan, may tunog siya. And please make sure also na pantay-pantay yung pagkakakat. Ayan. Then, dapat intact yung kamay natin. Kung left-handed tayo, yung right yung hahawak. Kung right-handed tayo, left yung hahawak sa wire. Ayan. Pansinin nyo, dapat flatten siya. Even yung pagkakano. And then, get the RJ45. The pin is, the lock is facing downward and away from you. Then, ipasok natin. Okay. And then, sabi ko kanina, dapat may papasok na cable jacket. Yan. Okay. Hindi po pwede na mayroong cable na lumalabas nasa labas ng RJ45. And then, bago natin siya i-crimp, make sure na makikita nyo yung mga wires, endang wires doon sa end harap ng RJ45. Okay? And then, hold down the RJ45 with the clip facing down. Sabi ko na yung kanina. Push the wires firmly into the plug. Inspect its wire flat on the front end of the plug. Check the order of the wires. Double check. Kasi kung mali, then na-crimp nyo na, okay, wala nang silbi yung RJ45 natin. Okay? Wala nang silbi yung RJ45 natin kung na-crimp na natin. Kaya, what you need is to cut the hole. Cut na natin sa labas. Okay? Yan. So, check natin. Check natin ulit yung arrangement. Set of green, that's stripe green, solid green, stripe orange, solid blue, stripe blue, solid orange, stripe brown, then brown. The arrangement is okay. Then get now the crimping tool. Pasok na natin siya. Okay. Pasok natin siya. Yan. Yan. No? Then carefully hold the wire and firmly the RJ45 in the crimper. Then, i-crimp natin sabay habang tinutulak yung mga wires. Okay. Then, crimp. Ayan. May tunog siya. Okay. Crimp natin. That's the one dead already. And if you notice, merong nalock yan. Okay. Yan siya. Yan. May pumasok. Nakalock. Ito yung lock nung para sa cable jacket natin. That's it. So we are done with the first end, and let's have the other end. Okay, going back to the procedure. Ngayon naman gamitin ko yung wire stripper ng built-in doon sa ano, ikot lang natin konti. Okay, and then tanggalin. Yan. Then paghiwalayin ng mga dapat paghiwalayin. Okay. Then set of blue. Then finally we have the set of orange. Then straighten, flatten or straighten the wires. Okay, yung mga twist niya. Okay. That's it. Then if you notice, what we are terminating, guys, is 568A, isn't it? So dapat kung ano yung arrangement doon sa nauna kanina, yun din dapat yung arrangement dito. No? Yeah. So that's the arrangement. Then after that, let's try to flatten it. Dapat magkakadikit yung mga wires. Okay. Yan. Then after that, we're going to use the cutter. Then I'm going to put it on the RJ45. Dapat may pumasok, sabi ko sa inyo, dapat may pumasok na doon sa may cable jacket. Okay. Then check natin, yan. Dapat
sumakto dun sa harap sa mga pins. Okay, yung mga pins na sinasabi ko, yan yung mga yan yung mga metal part ng RJ45 natin. Those are the pins. Okay, then let's try to crimp. This is already the second end. Okay, so kapag napasok na natin, habang pinupus natin yung wire, we are going to crimp it. Okay, parang plies ito, no? So sabay, yan. So that's, yan, na-crimp na siya. So let's check. This is already 2. Okay, yan. Yan. Dalawang end na to. This is already the wire. Okay, so lastly, ang gawin natin, let's try to go back to our presentation. Hold down, we are done with that already. And then for number 5, check the color orientation, check that the crimp connection is not about to come apart. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, dapat may pumasok na cable jacket doon sa RJ45 natin. If even one of these are incorrect, you will have to start over. Okay? Ibig sabihin, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, kung may mali sa color arrangement or hindi maganda yung pagkaka-crimp, start over again. Okay? Wasting already these two RJ45. No? So, ganun kaaksaya. Okay? So you will experience those things later on if you're going to crimp your own, or if you're going to do your own cable termination. So the last thing to do, test the Ethernet cable using our tester. Okay, ito yung tester natin, no? So bakit ito napaghihiwalay? Kasi say for example, yung kasama mo, yung isang end nasa first floor, then kukonekta, gagawa kayo ng LAN cable from the first floor to the second floor. Okay, siyempre you're going to separate this, di ba? Separate nyo to, and then yun, i-connect na lang natin siya. Okay, so let's try to test. That's it. So ang gawin lang natin, yung isang end pasok natin sa dito, sa kabila. Kasi yan. Okay, so pasok natin dyan, then the other end pasok natin dito. Yung isa guys is for RJ11. Kapag napasok na natin, ang next na gawin natin ay i-on natin yung tester. Dapat sabay na ilaw yung dalawa. Sabay na ilaw yung 1, 2, 3 hanggang 8. Go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we are done. Okay, so what a nice experience later on if it's your first time, and then napagana nyo ng ganito, well and good, no? So again, this is an straight through cable termination. Straight through ito. Kung i-try nyo later on ang crossover, madali lang naman yan. Ang crossover, yung isang end dapat ay 568A, then the other end dapat ay 568B. Ngayon, ang pag-iilaw nun kapag crossover cable ay hindi sabay. Ang magsabay dyan ay yung 1. Okay? Ang magsabay dyan is 1 and 1 dito, 3 doon, 2 dito, 6 doon, and then yung 3 sabay, yung 4 sabay, then ganun din yung 5, okay, sabay, then 3, basta yung 1, 2, 4 and 6, okay, yun yung mga hindi magsabay. Okay, kung nasaan yung orange dito sa kabila, okay, iilaw kung nasaan yung orange diyan sa kabila naman. Okay, so that's the crossover cable. You can check it later on. Okay, if you have your own tools, in crimping, you can test it already. Okay, so that ends our presentation. I hope that you learned something a lot on this presentation, no? So successful yung pag-crimp natin for the first time. Kung sana hindi successful, what we're going to do is we're going to double check those cables kung nasaan yung mali. Okay, kung nasaan yung mali, yun dapat ang i-check natin. So it's really hard to troubleshoot where is the mali, no? Okay, so be careful in crimping, in arranging, and so forth and so on. If we need to double check, if we need to triple check before we crimp, dapat gawin natin. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you learned something a lot on this presentation, and see you again on my next presentation in networking. Thank you and have a good day. God bless everyone. Bye bye.